everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Laura. Hi. Whilst the schools are closed, Ellie and I have been thinking up a few different activities that you might like to join in with at home, which will hopefully keep you a little bit busy, but also help with your learning. So this week I wanted to show you how you can use an egg box, just an egg box that may have otherwise gone into the bin, how you can use that to help you do some really simple division. Now I've got a 6 egg box, so my division problems can only really go up to dividing by 6. But if you want to challenge yourself and you've got a larger egg box, if you've got one for 12, you are able to do exactly the same things I'm going to show you on this video. It's just that I only had a box of 6. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to do with my egg box is make sure that it didn't accidentally get chucked in the bin again. So for that reason, I have decorated the top of mine, so it now just says that it is Laura's division box. Hopefully you can see that. I'm sure you can make yours look even better than I've made mine. You could paint it, you could add some glitter, or beads or pom-poms, anything like that that you find at home, to make yours look really, really cool. Then you know that that one's your one and it definitely won't end up back in the bin. So once you've got your egg box all ready on the outside, we need to make sure that it can be used on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to hold this a little bit closer so you can see. On the inside, on the larger, sort of like the lid of the container, I've just made that, because that was all covered with lots of writing, so I've just stuck a piece of plain paper in there, and then I've also pop the numbers into my egg carton, numbers 1 to 6, okay, because those are going to be the numbers that I'm going to be dividing by, and it's going to show me my groups when I do my division. The next thing you're going to need is something that you can use to divide. So something really practical, something small, that can be shared out into the different compartments. So I have chosen, just because I had a large tub of them, some gummy bears. So I'm going to be sharing out gummy bears into my box. But you can use anything small if you've got any sweeties or pasta shells or I don't know, any kind of like beads, anything that you want to share out into the different compartments to help with your division. And that's absolutely fine. And the very last thing that I have is I have made a little envelope really of, I've called them division sticks, but that's because I've written them onto lolly sticks. But again, you can use just strips of paper or cardboard or anything really, to write your division problems. Okay, so I've written, as you can see, some different problems. Oh, that one's upside down. Okay, onto my sticks, and they're all jumbled up in here so that I can just pull one out and I can just test myself on a different division. Okay, these are really, really great if you are learning a particular times table and you want to do the division facts for that. Because you could just write them all dividing by 4, for example, or all dividing by 3, or you can mix and match, which is what I've got in here. Okay, so I'm going to pull out just any of my lolly sticks, okay, and then I'm going to read the division fact that's on here. So the division fact I've pulled out says 12 divided by 3. Okay, so what I want to be looking at when I'm doing this is, the very first thing is I want to be looking at this the largest number here, so the number 12, okay? And I'm going to need to make sure that I've got 12 of my counting objects, so my gummy bears, and I'm going to count those into the larger container, okay, because that's my whole number. So I'm going to count 12 gummy bears into my container. Great, so I've just swapped the camera angle so that you can see directly into my box. And as you can see, so I've laid down my division stick here, and you can see my 12 little gummy bears all laying down ready to be divided, okay? Now for this problem, we've actually only got 12 divided by 3, so we're only going to need 3 groups. We're going to be sharing our 12 into 3 different groups, so we're not actually going to be needing these 4, 5 and 6. We're just going to focus on numbers 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so just to do our division, it's super simple. We're going to make sure we take just one at a time, okay, and put them into their groups. We don't want to be taking more than one at a time, just in case we miscount or put too many in one group, for example. So one at a time, we're going to share them into the 3 separate groups. So we've got 1, 2, try and do this a bit quickly, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can you see how I'm going each time into a new group, but I'm not putting more than one at a time? So we've got to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Okay, so we made sure that we counted out all 12. Okay, we've run out of them in this side, and now they're equally shared into the groups there. So we should be able to see that we have got, and I'm going to try and take it all out with one hand, okay, in one group, and it should be the same amount in group 2 and in group 3, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 gummy bears. So 12 divided by 3, or 12 shared into 3 groups, is 4. Okay, so 12 divided by 3 equals 4. And once we're finished with our division problem, we can pop that back into our division sticks, or put it to one side to make sure we don't pull the same one out again. So I might do that. And then I can pull out a new division problem this time. So now I've got the division problem 30 divided by 6. Okay, so we're going to focus once again looking at this large number. Okay, we're going to look at our largest number, our total, and I'm going to need to count out quite a lot of gummy bears this time. Okay, I'm going to need to count out 30 gummy bears. Great, once we've counted out our 30 gummy bears into our large compartment, we're now going to focus on this second number to tell us how many groups we are going to be sharing those out into. So as you can see, we're going to be sharing into 6 groups. So we're going to use all of the compartments this time, counting one by one, okay, putting them each into the groups until we run out of gummy bears in this compartment, okay? So we're going to be doing 1 to 1, okay, one at a time into the egg box to make sure that we count out really carefully, okay? So we're going to keep doing that until we run out of gummy bears, okay? 2, 2, 2. There we go. Okay, it's really tempting when you've got a bigger number, okay, it's really tempting to start picking up and counting out more than one at a time, but that's how we get confused, and that's how we can count them wrong. So it's best to stick to it, just do one at a time, okay, it doesn't take too long. And it's better to take a little bit longer and get the right answer than to rush it and end up going wrong somewhere. Okay, so as you can see, I've run out of them now. So all of my gummy bears have been shared equally because I did them one at a time. So I can take one group. Okay, so I'm going to take them from number 1, and I can say to myself, well, 30 divided by 6, I've shared them equally into the 6 groups. So how many gummy bears were in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I had 5 gummy bears in each group. So 30 divided by 6 must be 5. So when you're finished with your division problems, you can just pop whatever it is you've been counting with into, I mean, you can just leave them into the box. I've popped mine though into just a little sandwich bag, and then that way nobody in my family will come along and eat my gummy bears, because they're for me for counting and doing my dividing. So I can just tuck those in, alright, and then I can close the lid of my box and I will keep it safe for another day. Okay, so I hope that little video gave you a little bit of help if division was something you were finding a bit tricky, or if it's a new idea to you, new concept, then hopefully it helps. We're going to be posting a video each week, so stay tuned because I might have some other ideas. It won't always be maths, definitely won't always be dividing. But yes, I'm sure you'll see my face again in the coming weeks. Stay safe everybody, and I hope you are all well. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone again soon. Okay.